the hole. Let's cook some pork chops. Stay tuned.
Hey, shut up, dog. Hey, Rivet here. Nice to see y'all. Today we're going to have something delightful from Sal over at the Root Boy Cooks. He's making some Cajun blackened pork chops. Promises to be absolutely delicious. So stay tuned.
Thank you, John, for that awesome introduction. The dog is behaving himself for a change, but thanks for thinking of him. Anyway, that was my buddy John. You know him as Rivet Gardener. He's going to be appearing throughout this video. That was his introduction for me that he did. Thanks again, John. Cool intro. So, what we're cooking today is, hello and welcome once again to my barbecue pit. I've got my black iron frying pan on the fire getting hot, and I've got these 3 Thomahawk pork chops. What these are is, it's a pork chop where they left the rib bone attached to the pork chops, pork loin chops. And what we're going to do with these is we're going to blacken them. Now, if you've never had any kind of blackened protein, you're missing something out of your life. This is the guy who made blackening a household item. That's Chef Paul Prudhomme. He's dead, but his magic lives on in his seasoning blends. This is blackened redfish magic. That's my favorite blackening spice for blackening protein. I'm probably only going to get one of these in the frying pan at a time, so I'll have to do each one separately. And now normally what we would do is slather these with some Sang stir-fry oil, but today we're going to do this a little Cajun style. We got some Lee and Perron's Worcestershire sauce that we're going to put on our pork chops. That's going to be our binder for the spice. And then we got this Chef Paul Prudhomme's blackened redfish magic. We're going to put that on there thickly. Blackened redfish magic all over those chops. You want to put a thick layer of spice on there, because what's going to happen is we're going to put these in a black iron frying pan and cook them, and the spice is going to come between the meat and the pan to make a layer to keep the meat from actually burning. I'm going to flip them over, do the other side, and the meat is not going to get burnt. It's going to blacken. The spice is going to blacken in the pan. And normally, like Chef Prudhomme does this with fish, like red fish. But you can blacken any fish. You can blacken any protein. You can blacken pork. You can blacken steak. You could blacken tofu if you got something against yourself. And I have another jar that's standing by, but I had enough in that jar left over there to get it all on there. A thick layer of spice. Because the spice is going to keep the protein off the pan and keep it from, well, not keep it from cooking, but keep it from burning. They're going to look like they're burnt, but they're not. They're going to be blackened. This is blackening. So anyway, my frying pan's coming up to temperature. It's not hot enough yet. There's 3 stages of hot. There's hot, really hot, and stupid hot. That frying pan's got to get up to the 3rd stage of stupid hot. And then we'll be able to throw in one of these chops and some butter, which is also going to burn. And it's going to make a big puff of smoke. And it's a lot of fun to cook, to blacken anything, but you need to do it outside, I'll tell you that. I don't know if I can get all 3 of these in that pan or not. I'm not going to even try. I'm just going to put them one at a time. I'll cook them individually when the pan gets hot. And then I got to make some apples and onions, because my buddy Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin, every time I make pork chops, he says, "Oh, you got to have applesauce with that." I said, "Well, yeah, applesauce is good, but I'm going to make something even better. Apples and onions." So let me get my pan up to temperature. Stay tuned, and we'll come back for the dramatic blackening of the pork chops. Stay tuned. All right, my cast iron pan is clocking in at 400 degrees, which is stupid hot. We're going to drop in a knob of butter. Get that in there. The bottom of that pan. That butter's burning immediately, but that's okay. We don't mind. We just want to get some butter in the pan. in with our first pork chop. We go into that butter. There you go. Bunch of smoke. Need my Cajun pig sticker. We'll let it cook a little bit on one side. It's blackening. That butter over there. So the spices, I've got the pork chop up off the pan. Oh man, I wish you could smell that. That smells amazing.
This smells fantastic.
Yeah, it's getting cooked up right now. Okay. Just let that sit there for a minute and we'll flip them over. See if we got any blackening on them. You can smell those spices are just the best. Let's flip that over and see what we got. Oh yeah, that's a blackened pork chop right there. Now it's not cooked through. So what I'm going to have to do is I'll put it over here on the indirect side of the fire and let it cook through the rest of the way. I got 2 more to do. But yeah, we're getting that blackening seasoning. It's doing its job and doing its thing, and it smells amazing. Okay, just let it go a little further. Like I said, I got 2 more to do. We're going to move them onto indirect heat, just let them cook while we make some apples and onions. So stay tuned. Okay, the pork chops are done, so into that same frying pan we go with some more butter. About a half a stick of butter in there. Let that pan deglaze up a little bit. We've got some garlic, about 4 cloves of garlic chopped. Get that in there. And we're incorporating the fond off the bottom of that pan, that blackening spice, into this apples and onions. We've got some onions, sweet Vidalia onions, 1 whole sweet Vidalia onion going in. Let me get that cooked up. If you've never had apples and onions, you're missing something out of your life. That's a Cajun specialty. Get our onions cooked up a little bit. Okay. Now we can go in with our apples. I've got a Honeycrisp apple, sliced up, sliced thin. Whoops, lost one. Okay. Honeycrisp apple. Then I've got about a cup of brown sugar going in with that. Stir that around a bit. Getting some caramelization on those apples, boy. How's that, Mr. Mega Fred? Better than applesauce, baby. Oh yeah. That's looking and smelling amazing. Let me tell you what. Need a little bit of cinnamon. Got some cinnamon standing by. Just going to put a little cinnamon on there for flavor. That brown sugar, cinnamon, apple, and onion. How's that look? Get that cooked up. We got to finish cooking our pork chops because they're not, the internal temperature has to come up to about 140 degrees. So what I got to do is get my pan here off the fire and put the cover on the grill. Oh, that's looking good. That brown sugar's caramelizing up real nice. Apples and onions is making my mouth water. Okay, getting it done. Okay, get that cooked up. Finish cooking our pork chops. It'll be time to plate some up and take a taste and drink a beer. So stay tuned. All right, my pork chops are done. They got an internal temperature for about 145 degrees, which is perfect. And there's the Frosty Root Boy mug, back from the depths. And here's today's beer, Abita Brewing Company, from the Abita River in Louisiana, to accompany our Cajun Blackened pork chops. We have their Christmas ale. Now every brewery around this time of year starts making a Christmas ale. So Abita is no exception to that. And I think they just throw in whatever they want to throw in. Abita Brewing Company, I don't know. It's I think it's a dark ale. Yes, it is. Very dark. Very nice. Got a nice head on it, Brad, in case you're watching. Yeah, it's a good looking beer. Abita Christmas Ale. It says a whole bunch of stuff on here that I can't read. Each year at Abita, we prepare this Christmas ale. Okay, that's good. We don't need to know that. Anyway, all we got to do is quaff the froth off of that. Stay tuned. Oh, that's excellent. Delicious. Not sure what's in it. Christmas. It's Christmas. So it's November, but it's not quite Christmas yet, but it will be soon. Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Let me get my pork chops over here and turn the camera around. I can't wait to get a taste of this and put it in my mouth. Stay tuned. Okay, my blackened pork chops are done. Let's show you what that looks like. Not too shabby. I tell you what, I can't wait to get some of this caramelized apple and a piece of that meat in my mouth. Look at that. I can't wait to eat that. Mmm. Oh man, that's delicious. Let me tell you what. Oh boy, those apples, they really hit the spot. Mm. I gotta have another piece. Wow. The sweetness of the apples and onions and the heat from the blackening spice is not that hot. Good. Absolutely delicious. Let me take a swig. This beer is outstanding. It's not Pliny the Elder, but it's really good. Hey, baby. You know what I always say? You know what? I think I'm gonna let my buddy John take over for me today. I'll let him do the honors, okay? All right, we'll see you next week. Bye!
Hey, if you like this crap, don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? This is good stuff.